Hi, welcome back to Small Talk Queens. I'm Megan.
I'm Kelly.
I love food in my teeth. Episode 67. Welcome back for those of you that follow.
67.
In case we have anybody new, welcome. Thanks for checking us out. And we swear a lot. We like the word fuck. Occasional other words that are inappropriate. We aren't always factual. We're very much opinion based. We have high opinions. And like we've said multiple times, opinions are like assholes, and everybody has one. You might not agree with us. So if you don't like
just go on
the fuck talk or whatever else, and you're easily offended, please don't tell us about it. Just exit out and thank you, and just keep scrolling.
Keep going.
It's amazing that people can't do that though. I mean just like us, but like the things I read online sometimes, I just can't.
Why do people have to comment?
The online world, it brought out like fucking ugly in people.
It did, but you know what?
Ugly.
Even standing in line in like the grocery store, I don't know why people feel it's okay to like tell me I have too many groceries and I'm in the express lane.
Well, I mean, I would tell you that.
Yeah, but I have like
I would absolutely.
I have like two.
Well, actually, I don't know if I would tell you, but I would stand there and
like,
loudly make noise.
Yeah, and then like self checkout. That's when it's really bad. Self checkout. I'm like, there are like 8 machines. Go fuck yourself.
Self-checkout, you can have as many as you want.
I know, but there is a sign that says 15 items or less, but it's really only for that one. Checkout. It's for the one self-checkout. Right. And there are 8.
Well, I don't go to the grocery store. My grocery store shopping, Joe goes Sunday mornings after church, and or else I do an online pick, like I do an online order, and then I go pick it up, which I will say is proven. I have read this. I mean, I do it out of sheer laziness. Like after COVID, like that whole thing started, and plus, like me, like I couldn't walk with my back, so it was just easier. Like oh, look how easy this is.
I hate going to the grocery
store. So when Joe doesn't go, when we usually, I plan like a food plan for the week or the month or whatever, and so we have stuff. But I would do a pickup. Otherwise, I don't go in and walk around. You go and walk around, you end up with like an extra head of lettuce and like some fucking stuff you don't need, and like blah blah blah. And, ooh, I have a new food item, by the way, speaking of grocery shopping, because that's how old I am now. They're made out of eggs, and they're a wrap, like a tortilla wrap, but it's like 6 grams of protein, and it's just all protein. There's no carbs in it.
I've seen those. It's just egg, right? No?
It's just egg, like and it's called... it's a good size tortilla. No, it's all ready to go. They're refrigerated. And you can heat them in the microwave. You can eat them cold, depending on if you want a hot wrap or a cold wrap. Like if I'm doing like a tuna salad wrap, I don't want it fucking warm. Right. And we got the everything bagel flavor.
Oh,
it was delightful. It was a nice little treat. So
the treats,
and now they're gone. So probably I'll get them again, and then like we can have them like during the Lent season. I can make
many
like
are in a
tuna.
Box?
It comes in like a bag, just like tortillas would. And I don't know in what aisle they're in. We got them at our local Giant grocery store. It's called Giant. Like if you live in a different part of the country.
Well, they're probably going to be
the name of it is Giant.
In the refrigerated section.
Well, it's in the refrigerated section, but that's a large section. So I don't know if it's like with the eggs or it's like with, I don't know where at, because I did my online order, and so I have no idea. Anyway, grocery shopping. Also, I can't grocery shop because, I mean, look, it's healthier not to, because you don't have all that temptation if you don't go in. You just order it and go pick it up. The other week, we went to It's the fire thing.
Whistle. Thank God you don't live next to the siren. Thank God you don't live next to that.
It's loud and then comes back
what
down.
You're saying? You'd piss yourself and
forget who I came from National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, like because the plane
I know, but I think it's great.
I would go off. Yeah, I'm like I piss myself and forget who I am for 15 minutes. I would have to hang up the phone though. If I were on the phone, I'm like, I'll call you back, and just like hang up and then like resume the call after because it's so loud.
Oh my God, it's so loud.
But one kicks off another, and we're in the middle of like 3 fire stations. 4. We have one literally in every direction.
Yeah.
Within like a half a mile of us.
Yeah.
So it's a lot. I mean, it was like a cacophony of fucking. And wait for it, because it's nice out today. And last week, no sooner did we fucking finish, and goddamn leaf blower trimmer something than what was going on.
Well, it might, maybe not today because it's supposed to rain, but I'll tell you, it started yesterday in my neighborhood. It was on the one lawn.
I
just the one neighbor's lawn. And
fuck you,
they
lawn
person. They weren't even mowing. They were blowing leaves.
The grass is still half fucking dead. I mean, look at it, brown out there, brown.
But you got some daffodils.
Also, it's all brown over here. I'm looking at the dogs. That's where all the people walk their dogs, and the dogs piss on the grass and kill it.
Well, supposedly that dogs are supposed to make it green.
The pee kills the grass. That's why there's brown spotches all around, and that's why the people who are lawn fanatics, they have the little little dog with the line through it. Do not
piss in my yard.
Piss or whatever. And there it goes, that fucktard.
Go on.
Sorry, if you're new, we have a neighbor who is an asshole, and there he goes.
And sounds like that.
Anyway, so I have a correction. I have 2 things to say. Last week, and I didn't check. So far, there weren't any comments. So hopefully, we didn't offend anybody last week with our talk about the cult. The lady, the Ruby Frankie lady, out in Utah. I'm sure Utah's a delightful place.
Well, she's in jail. I don't know how we could offend anybody.
Because we're not because of her, but in general, the conversation cult. It came from anyway. The woman's name was Jody, so you were wrong and I was wrong. It was not Julie. Okay. It was not Judy. It was Jody.
Jody.
I started the book. I can't get into it, so we'll have to see.
Oh my God, I couldn't put it down.
So here we go. So Vera, right? I've been watching Vera. It's 13 seasons. We're now on season 11, so I'm very sad that we only have 2 seasons left to go. Speaking of shows, if you have not heard, Ted Lasso is officially they're on for season 4. It will be him coaching a women's football, or as we call it here in America, soccer team in the UK. I'm very, very excited.
Are we sure it's in the UK? I saw a part of his interview.
Yes, because at the you have to go back and watch.
He was on a flight back.
He's going back to England.
Got it.
Because they were talking at the end of season 3. They were doing something with the women's soccer league, and then there was talk about it. And I think the owner had said that she might bring on. I forget because it's been a while since I've seen the last episode.
Are all the stars returning?
Most of them as of now. There are a couple that are unsure, I guess, of their schedules. Okay, so Vera. So we have this now, and I have pages of new words. So we're not going to do it all.
Ripped out this notebook like it was a college class.
So on today's episode of learning the English language, right?
No, you need to say the British language because we're speaking English. It confuses people.
But the British language, it's English.
I know, but there's like the King's English and the...
Right, okay, here, learning the King's language. Here we go. Here we go.
Across the pond.
Took a punt.
Went to the bathroom.
And my mind went fucking dirty on that one, by the way.
Went to the bathroom?
No. Took a risk or a gamble.
Took a punt. Okay.
Which, therefore, a punter...
is taking a risk?
Is somebody who gambles and or... is a risk taker.
Oh, I thought you meant like the football punter. Okay.
No, a punter. They use that a lot on the show. Let me cross them off, check them off. So here we go.
It's hard for me to incorporate some of these in my daily.
I know,
like
right?
To, but it's.
I do. I've been saying ta here and there. Joe and I said ta. He brings me coffee. I'm like ta, just because it's fucking fun. But one word I do say rubbish, which really
rubbish.
I think Harry Potter started me on that.
Rubbish.
Because rubbish is also a fun word to say.
I love a good Merlin's beard.
I know, I love it.
That's from Harry Potter.
I love it. Okay. On the fiddle. If someone's on the fiddle.
On the fence, on the toilet.
No. Why is it always toilet?
I don't know.
on the fiddle. Doing something dishonest for money or advantages.
On the fiddle. I wonder if that comes from like
here, like when like the people are always in trouble, like the politicians in the city are always in trouble for like getting money from the,
right.
whatever.
But I'm just wondering, like, where the fiddle came from. Is that from, like, those minstrels playing or the gypsies having a fiddle? I don't know.
I don't know. They're called travelers? Travelers. What are they called? Travelers. They're not called gypsies on Vera. Okay. In Italy, they call them gypsies. Vera, they're called, because they live in the caravan, whatever. Not really caravans. But the caravan there seems to be like what we would call here a trailer park. Their caravan park is like what we would call a trailer park. So, based on what I've seen so far. Bin. Do you know what a bin is? Let me think about it. It's pretty... I mean, you might know this one. A bin.
Putting something in something, like a container.
It's what they call garbage cans. They're bins.
Oh, bins.
So then the bin men, right? The bin... I knew bin, but then bin men are what we just call garbage men. Right. The bin men, which is fascinating. If something's flash.
Hot?
No. Fancy.
Flashy.
Which we've said here, like we would say flashy, like so-and-so's really flashy, or their place is really flashy, or their car is really flashy. But just flash, they just say flash. Like, who's this flash? This place is really flash, right? Look.
Whilst. How do you say that? Whilst.
I don't know. They have a couple words that I can't, like, I have trouble, like, pronouncing.
The loo. I'm going to go to the loo.
I need to go to the loo. Chivy. Chivy, Chivvy, Chivy.
Didn't we talk about this?
I might
have.
I might have some repeats.
I thought it was like.
No, it's a different word.
I know, but it sounds like skivvy. I don't know. I forget what that is.
Go and chivvy Malcolm on. Tell someone repeatedly to do something / harass someone.
Harassing?
Go and chivvy Malcolm on.
Chivvy
repeatedly tell him to do. Malcolm on the show is the coroner.
Oh.
And so go and chivvy him on. Get it repeatedly. Tell him to get a move on. Okay. Pretty much. Harass him. There we go. Deep waters, and we use this sort of.
In trouble?
Yeah.
Yeah, in deep water. I say deep shit.
So sometimes here we would normally just say like someone's in, like if you're having a casual conversation, like someone is either troubled or someone's in deep shit. Someone's up shit creek without a paddle.
That's my favorite.
Right? But this is just deep waters, which I like deep waters.
Yeah, I like it.
They're in deep waters. They're troubled. Like the teen is in deep waters.
Deep waters, troubled. Yeah, means more trouble than it does like trouble, like you got yourself in trouble.
Well, that would be like up shit creek without a paddle.
Right. This one reminds me of like someone who's troubled over a decision they're trying to make.
Troubled. I believe that the context they were using at that time was like a teen who was in like deep waters. The puncher. We already did that. Risk taker. Niggling me. Quit niggling me.
Harassing me?
Annoying or bothering.
Yeah.
I had to look it up though.
Niggling.
I mean, I was watching it. I was like,
niggling.
What on earth? Niggling.
Stop niggling.
Not niggling. Niggling.
Niggling.
Niggling. Niggling. Niggling. Not niggling. Niggling.
Niggling.
Had a bit of a Barney. Isn't that fun?
Had a bit of
a Barney.
Fun?
No. That, you know what? And it sounds like that. But also, while I was watching it, I knew what it meant, but I wrote it down because I thought it was fun. An angry argument.
Bit of a Blarney.
They had a bit of not Blarney, Barney.
Barney.
If I said Blarney, sorry, no, Barney. Bit of a Barney is an angry argument.
Bit of a Barney.
Right, isn't that fun?
Barney. Now, our friend, your friend, she's our friend. What? I forget her name. I'm just totally blanked on it. I'm so tired. From England, sent us
Scotland.
Sent
From
us,
the UK.
Sent us a for those who haven't seen it or looked. Sent us a.
A lot of people are on Facebook. I know. I should have written it down.
Sent us the name of a book and the author to like linguists to find out where these British words come from.
I don't really care. Although you did find something on. I do text. Can I finish this and then we'll go back to that? Okay. And I may have done this one before. If someone is skint.
Mad.
Broke. Poor. Skint. Right. Which we're gonna circle back to that one because of the thing you looked up the other day, which you sent me. Here we go. Bung. And it's not like your bunghole from Beavis and Butthead. It's not bunghole. Bung.
Well, you have to use it in a sentence, for God's sake.
Giving you a bung.
A bad item.
A bribe.
A bribe.
A bung is a bribe, right? Which, I mean, look.
Someone has to explain that to me.
They don't have to explain it to you. It's just the word that we use.
I know.
They use.
We?
And speaking of we, the other thing that I find fascinating, and it took me a little while to get used to, and I don't know if this is, again, like based on like your area that you live in. I noticed it. I've seen it. I've heard it before on other British shows that I've watched, but mostly on Vera, where like give us a coffee. Instead of saying me or I would say us or we.
Even if you're by yourself.
Even if I'm just by myself, right? So it was a little confusing at first because I'm like, wait, if they're just by themselves, like who the fuck are they? Who's we in this situation? Or us? They say us all the time. Give us a copy of that. Get us, give us a pen.
So they kind of talk in plural.
Give us some cake, but just for yes. For when they're saying like give me my pen, they say me, give me like me pen. But when they're saying like give us, like give me something, they say give us. They say us instead of me.
Interesting.
Which is fascinating. I love it.
Like if you're in a restaurant, can you give us some
salads?
Give us a
cuppa. Do you know what a cuppa is? Cuppa, C-U-P-P-A.
A cup of coffee.
It is specifically a cup of tea. I wasn't sure, and if you know this, Sarah, Leonora, anybody, Michael, someone that knows this, I thought from watching the other cop show that we were watching that I can't remember the name of now, that it meant either a cup of coffee or a cup of tea. But when I looked it up specifically, it said specifically a cup of tea. A cup of tea. They fancy a cuppa.
Well, the British are big tea drinkers more so than coffee.
I like tea, but I've had a lot of coffee today. Okay, so that's I'm gonna stop with that.
I think it's funny.
I like pages of
look at that.
So learning the King's English. There we are today with those fun words. But you had looked up, because we're talking about skint and being broke, and you had looked up the thing you sent me on the Instagram the other day.
So much stuff.
The Instagram I don't know how to use.
Instagrams.
Where some words came from.
I did?
Oh, maybe somebody else did. Fuck, maybe that was Leonora. Someone sent it to me. If you're piss poor, it came, because you already want to know where the words came from.
Oh, yeah, you did tell me this. This was, right.
Piss poor came from people way back in the day in England would sell their urine for leather to work on leather, to tan the leather. Think of like hide the leather. No, to tan the leather, and they would sell their piss to tan the leather. So someone's piss poor. That means that they're poor enough that they're having to sell their piss, and then to be even fucking more broke. Here we say broke for poor. Be even more poorer is if you don't have a pot to even piss in to sell your piss.
Right.
And that's what we do say, they don't have a pot to piss in. Like someone doesn't have a pot to piss in.
Right.
But I really like skint. Thankfully,
I
don't know a lot of thank God, of people that are like broke or poor, which is nice, I don't. Right. It's not going around talking about people being poor, but I mean, I guess also if you're broke, like if you don't have any cash, maybe you could just say it like I'm skint. I don't have any cash. The other one was, Mad as a Hatter, which I love, and that came, which was a fun little tidbit. And I don't know if I don't research this, so I don't know if there's truth in this. I'm assuming that there is, but hat makers use mercury to make the hats, and it made them fucking crazy until it killed them, and so they would call people. They would go mad. They would lose their mind. So Mad as a Hatter came from. Look, I thought it came from fucking Alice in Wonderland.
Well, they use it in Alice in Wonderland.
I didn't know like. Where else? I mean, I know it from Alice in Wonderland. I didn't know it elsewhere. And then the other one was Mind Your P's and Q's. Because when brawls would break out in, or what was that word, a Barney? Was it a Barney? The Barney was the angry argument. When a Barney would break out, or brawl would break out in the pub, the bartender would yell, "Mind your pints and quarts." Like, basically it meant hold your drink. It meant hold my beer. So it doesn't, get knocked all over. So
mind your P's and Q's.
But people that say mind your P's and Q's, I mean, I don't know where else people use it. I mean, I use it to mean like you mind your business.
Mind your business.
Or mind your P's and Q's. Mind your manners, I guess. Mind your P's and Q's. Mind
your manners. Mind yourself.
That's something I say often.
I say it. Mind your P's and Q's.
I think I mean it to mean like kind of like crossing T's and dotting I's.
Yeah.
Like make sure you're kind of like on point.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so look, learning the King's English. There it is. The whole other fucking language. Who knew?
Get your shit
So
together.
now if I ever go to the UK, I'll be fucking fluent. I'll know what people are talking about. Right? They're saying a Barney broke out. Don't go outside. It's not like a purple, dinosaur. It's like a fucking... It's a fight.
No kidding. The real Barney isn't out there hustling around from...
It is the first day of spring, everybody. I don't know when I'm going to post
and look at
this,
how
but
not sunny it is.
It's okay. I love the clouds. It's fine. It's I put up a little Easter decoration there behind you.
Your daffodils are up in the front lawn, some of them.
Gertrude, I put her in this cute, look at this, she's a little rabbit. She's a little Easter dress. Let me bring her closer. I should not lift her by the neck. Gladys is still inside because she's delicate.
Oh, God.
Look at Gertrude. Look at that. I have to paint her still. I'll get around to that. Anyway, first day of spring. I love spring.
Fall's my fave.
Fall is my fave. But next to that, then, I mean, like, I have 4 seasons to choose from, is spring. Because I don't like the extreme temperatures. Fuck the cold. Actually, I don't really mind the cold that much. Fuck the heat. I'm not a summer person.
I don't mind the cold.
I don't mind the cold. But I don't like
I
don't like the bad weather. Like, I don't mind snow in the month of December because it's seasonal and nice for Christmas and puts me in the mood for Christmas. But other than that, like, I'm not a snow person. I don't like to be out in it. I never liked it. Even as a kid, I hated being in, like, chap my little leg, all fucking...
Right, and you have
What's that noise?
You have to walk out like a robot because all the layers
up and shit. Yeah.
Now they make stuff that's bendable and thin. Like I remember Patrick's first couple of jackets I got.
Is it your phone? What the fuck is
it?
It
is. I can't turn it off because it's on emergency bypass. I know who's texting me. So anyhow, it's only for one person. So you'd walk around like this, but Patrick had those big like things they didn't really move, the jackets and the snow pants. But now everything's like bendable. It's like
lightweight.
Yeah, lightweight.
Really, like thin,
insulated, lightweight.
Yeah, it's fascinating. Jesus Christ. Is his car on fire? Okay.
No.
Um,
It's his birthday next week.
it is. It is.
If he lives to
We
it.
finished. So we had Joe's birthday. We went out last week. Went to a Brazilian steakhouse. I don't ever need to go to one again.
Really?
Sorry. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. If you
Really?
can hear it, it's baffling. You can't just be one text and be done. It's ding, 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 ding.
Well,
ding,
now you're
ding,
bringing
ding,
a lot
ding.
of attention
Well,
to it.
I mean, because it's annoying to me because I can hear it.
Okay, well.
I don't know what the fuck I was talking about. Oh, Brazilian
The birthdays.
steakhouse. Yeah.
The Brazilian
So
steakhouse.
last week we're there, right? We get seated, and we were like the blue hairs, right? Like we're like
because
there
you're
for like
early.
we were there early. We went into because traffic was going to get bad on the way there, so we thought we'll get there early. It's fine, and then we enjoyed the rest of the evening. Went out someplace else after that, but we sat down. There were other people there. Waitress gives us one menu to share between us. So instantly, I'm already fucking hostile. Because I'm like looking for my menu. I'm like, I thought Joe had two. No, Joe had one.
Did they have the thing that you could scan it on your phone, the
No,
QR code?
it was a nice restaurant. They didn't have a QR code to scan. So I'm waiting for him to get done looking at it. And I want to look at it. And so then I'm looking at it, and I said, all it was wine by the glass. I'm ordering wine by the bottle. Don't fuck with me. I'm not spending $16 for one glass of wine. I'll spend $40 on a whole bottle.
Wow.
Fuck that. Right? So I'm looking at it. I'm like, this is it? She's like, yes. I'm like, she's like, that's wine by the glass. I'm like, don't you have wine by the bottle? She looked at me like I had 10 heads. And she was like, we do.
No elaboration. Like, would you like a bottle?
Okay. Could I see a list? Jesus Christ. Like, what the fuck? Oh, would you like to see the wine list? Yes, I want to see the wine list.
No, I'm
Oh
just
my God.
asking.
So she brings me a wine list, right? I mean, it's a book. It's not just a list. And it literally is it's pages. It's pages. Ranging from $42 to like $300. Look, if I ever win the lottery, I'm going to buy myself a $300 bottle of wine just to see what the fuck it tastes like. 'Cause I bet it's not any better than what, the Argentinian delightful Malbec that I had or whatever I had.
I have people that are wine connoisseurs. They say it's better.
See, we went to a wine connoisseur dinner thing by a famous wine person whose name I don't remember when they used to do the food and wine festival in Atlantic City. And that guy, he said, you could spend $6 on a bottle and it could be like the best bottle over a $300 bottle that's really just not that great.
Right.
It really just depends. Anyway, so now we're waiting. We're waiting. We're waiting. She is nowhere to be found. I'm talking like 15, 20 minutes, like gone. Like never came back.
She's MIA.
I want a fucking glass of wine and I'm fucking hungry. Like I'm hungry. So, and they have like, if you do there's like a beautiful salad bar. Like, oh my God, it's so fancy. I love it. All the the fancy meats and cheeses and like the,
everything.
All the like grilled vegetables. Oh my God, it's so good. It's a banging marinated mushrooms. Wow, it's so good. So finally I looked at her, I said, go ahead and go up. You go up and get a plate. I'll wait here. And then when you come back, if she still hasn't come, then I'll go up. He gets a plate. He finishes his plate of food. She still hasn't fucking come. I got a plate of food. I'm working on my plate of food. I mean, it had to have been, it was at least 20 minutes. Finally, the fucking hostess walked by. I said, excuse me. I said, I'm sorry. Did our waitress quit since we last sat down? And she looked at me, and, I mean, right? And Joe told me because, Joe had made the comment earlier. I had to give him praise because he's like, what, did she fucking quit? Like, since we sat down, what? So, and he said that he was out with his parents once dining, and their waitress quit in the middle of her, so she just never came back. Like, right? So, but now I'm looking around, I don't see her. Now, there are not a lot of people in this place. All the guys are coming out with the things of meat, to put on your plate, whatever. So they have some banging fucking
Brazilian
knives.
steakhouse, yeah.
I mean, it just cut those meat, just
Plus, it's really tender.
like butter. Oh my God. Nah, some of it's a little overdone. I had a piece of chicken wrapped in bacon. I actually let it sit there.
Ah.
It was, yeah. And the first piece of meat that I had, it was a little, I like my meat red. If I'm going to have red meat, I want it fucking red. I don't want it to be cooked through. So finally I was like, do you have something a little bit more rare? And then the next one, he's like, yeah, it'll just be a minute. I'm like, okay. So I guess you can ask for varying levels.
Right.
Well, then it was a little bit, even for me, it was like a tad. Well, for Joe, it was more, he kind of looked at it. I'm like, if it's too rare, just tell them. Like, we're allowed to like different ones. Like,
right.
you can, whatever. Anyway, so I asked if the waitress had quit since we sat down. I mean, I was nice about it. I wasn't rude. Just, I'm sorry, excuse me. Did that waitress quit since we sat down?
And what'd she say?
She looked at me like I had 10 heads.
Like,
and then
not
she
getting
was like,
the joke.
yeah, she's like,
not getting the sarcasm.
no, I'll go find her. I'm like, that'd be great, thanks. Waitress comes over, finally apologizes. And Joe had ordered a beer, like when he sat down, like before I was like waiting for the wine list or whatever.
And he doesn't
ordered a
have
beer,
it.
and he didn't have it. I mean, our water glasses were empty. We've eaten a fucking plate of food at the salad bar. Like, what the fuck? I want some meat. Like, I'm hungry here. She came over, took the order for the wine. Didn't ask about sides or anything, but I didn't even know. I didn't want sides, right? So the guy serving, one of the guys with the meat was like, "Oh, do you want some sides? You want some like mashed potatoes or plantains, or whatever?" No, thank you. I don't want any. Well, then she just brought them over and she put them down anyway. So then, of course, then I had to have a bite of mashed potatoes. They weren't that. Joe had them first. He loves mashed potatoes. I'm like, how were they? Are they good? He's like, they're not worth it. Like, they're not that good. So I then took, because I'm like, let me decide. So I took a bite and we left them there. But the fucking fried plantains, Jesus Christ! I love bananas. I haven't had a banana
They're
in
not
like.
really a banana.
Well, they called them actually bananas, not plantains. But they were plantains unless they just somewhere found very teeny tiny bananas. I mean, the bananas were,
the baby bananas.
So maybe they call them bananas because they think people in, southeastern Pennsylvania are so fucking dumb they can't establish the difference between a plantain and a banana. I don't know. But in my experience, they were plantains. When I was in Puerto Rico, we ate them and they were plantains.
Right.
Anyway. And they're not breaded or anything. They're just like fried in butter or some shit. Oh my God. So I'm like,
were they sweet?
Oh yeah, it was fucking good. So good. So I took a bite of one. And I haven't had a banana in years, just because the really high in sugar and carbs, whatever. And I love them, but I just whatever. It was literally the best fucking banana I have ever had in my life. So then I ate the second one, and then she came by and she's like, "Do you want some more bananas?" Which I was irritated because I'm like, "Bitch, they're not bananas, they're plantains." Of course, I did not say that.
She was hostile during.
I was hostile. I was hostile, and so I was like, "How about just one more?" Well, she brought me two. And then I ate two because they were fucking good. And the little cheesy biscuit that the cheese.
Oh my god, those
right?
Brazilian biscuits.
And I was gonna tell her no. Like usually they say like, do you want any bread? Do you want whatever? No, thank you.
Did they just bring it?
Here's me scrutinizing the fucking wine list, right? Deciding between the $38 bottle and the $42 bottle, right? Like because I'm looking for the cheapest bottle. That's what I'm ordering for dinner. Of red. So I'm perusing, trying to decide, like, don't want to spend like, $4 more or whatever. So I look up and Joe's eating one of these cheesy poofs. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, where do those come from? And there they are. A little thing. There were 4 of them in there. And I'm like, son of a bitch.
Were they hot?
They were warm. They were delicious. And I shoved both in my mouth while I was waiting for, not at the same time. Like, I ate one and then I want to eat the other. One in Rome. Oh my God. I forgot how good they are.
Yeah, those are amazing.
Good. Then...
They're definitely a cheesy poof. I like that name, cheesy poof for it.
Cheesy poof. Exactly that's not what they call them.
I know, but that's exactly. They're called Brazilian biscuits.
So
Brazilian
good.
something.
So good. Anyway, so that's it. I just want that's it on the dinner. The dinner, and they gave us a free dessert for Joe's birthday, so we shared that. It was fun. Then we went to another place. Is he all right? Is everything all right?
Yeah, the teacher just texted me.
Oh, is he all right?
Yeah. Sorry.
Excuse me. Yeah. Anyway,
he's helping with a breakfast tomorrow.
There
morning.
we
It's
go.
very early. Very early.
So the I don't know if did we discuss the Gene Hackman thing at all? Like officially, like the official finding.
No, because the official finding was I think after we did it, which was he had Alzheimer's. She had some virus.
She had hantavirus, right? Which it's a thing specifically in New Mexico. I don't know about other states, but specific to New Mexico. And I know this because of watching fucking Forensic Files. I love Forensic Files. There's an episode of Forensic Files from 20 years ago, and it took place. Are there Native American reservations in New Mexico? Because it specifically was in on a reservation, and they were cleaning their home. The Native Americans were cleaning their home. And they both died. And several people died in the area with the same thing. And they couldn't figure out what it was. And it ended up being hantavirus. So because the old chiefs or whatever were saying, that's what they're called, yes?
I know. I'm just making a face at the virus.
They would, every so many years, these trees in the area produce like a nut, which draws in, it's cyclical, and it draws in these rodents, mice, and it might have something to do with like the weather too, like a lot of rain or something. I forget. I feel like there was a lot of rain. I don't remember. Anyway, but every time this happens, there would be like a slew of deaths. And it's specific to hantavirus, Hanta, H-A-N-T-A, hantavirus. And so they would get this virus, this disease from breathing in all of the
So you can just
mouse
breathe it. It doesn't even have
urine
to be
and
like
poo.
touching it or whatever.
Yeah, like I don't know that. I mean, they got it from cleaning out their house, I guess. They think. I forget. I mean, I've not seen this episode of Forensic Files in a while. But anyway, so that's what Gene Hackman's wife died from.
And
then
supposedly he died a day later.
he died a week later.
Oh, I thought
It was
I
a
heard
week
it
later. That's why she was
Oh,
a little mummified.
oh.
She had laid there for a week, and he had advanced Alzheimer's,
Right.
and didn't find her. And then the dog died because the dog had been in the cage
Dehydrated.
because it
and
had been to the
starving.
vet earlier in that day when she died, and so yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, it's not good.
it is horrific. But
I did hear on the news they're contesting his $80 million estate will
kids?
thing because he didn't leave anything to the kids. He left it all to his wife.
and she left it all to charity.
Right. And there's a big question as to who died first. I just heard that
Well,
on
the
the
one
news.
and the one lawyer was
Even
was
because
di-
she
had
was
died.
more
There's someone else.
deteriorated, it doesn't mean that she necessarily died first. It could have been, I don't know.
She did die first. They science proved that she died first.
Okay, then I don't know why there's a question about the estate then.
Because he left everything to her and she left everything to him in the will. And I mean, the kids were named as heirs, but if you're not receiving anything, are you an heir?
I guess not, but can't they kind of get it? I mean,
I don't know.
there should.
Because that's more advanced news that I've not been paying attention to because I don't watch the news. Because every time I turn it on, I'm fucking horrified.
Yeah.
So
I have
anyway.
some things. Okay, so Bruce Willis turned 70. Can you believe it? There's video of him
Wow.
out with
That makes me feel old.
his first wife, with Demi, and his second wife and his kids. They put a video out. So he's 70. I can't even believe that.
He's in a bad way.
I know he has.
I forget what it's called.
Starts
it's
with
like
an A.
But it's like a dementia type thing.
Yeah.
It comes from too many like brain like hits to the head or whatever. From what I read about it.
Doing stunts
like
or
too many
something.
yeah, I think stunts is probably what did it. When I looked it up the other year, and I could be wrong, but it's a form of dementia that comes from too many head injuries.
I'll look it up later. But it starts with an A. It's not aphasia, but maybe it sounds like
It is
that.
aphasia.
Okay, then it is.
Maybe something like that.
And the astronauts that were only supposed to be
Right?
up in
Fucking A.
space for a week were up there for 9
Like
months.
Micah said, do
came
they have
home.
enough food? Like enough
Yes.
water? Like
There
what's
was
happening up there?
There was an interview while they
Like,
were
are you drinking your own piss because you can't come? Like, I mean, what are you doing up there?
There was an interview. First of all, they were at the space station, and there was an interview done with them. They were asking them questions. That was one of the questions, because you're only supposed to be there for 7 or 8 days, and now you're there for 9 months. And the one astronaut, I forget his name, one of the two that was stuck, or had an extended stay up there, was discussing how they always over plan. So yes, there was enough food and everything because they over plan. I don't know if they over planned for 9 months, but maybe stuff on the station you put up.
I put my bracelet, my fucking bracelet caught.
But anyhow, they said they over plan, and they always err on the side of like
Extreme caution.
yes. So they had enough of everything. So they landed in the
God.
ocean off Tallahassee, part of Florida, and they are in there are 4 astronauts that came home. The two that
there
were
were only 2
stuck-
up there. There
no,
were 4?
there are actually more. They stayed.
Christ.
The 2 that were
should
there
watch the news.
9 months longer than they were supposed to be, and then 2 other ones, and I forget, they were due to come home anyhow. So they brought the 4 people home, and because of gravity, they can't really walk, and they haven't seen sunlight in 9 months. So for 45 days, they're in Houston, Texas, under medical care, and they're having all these. They're being, as the news said, tested and prodded and poked, for research matters, plus to make sure that their body is,
like, what happens? Like when they showed them walking, I was actually like, can they
right.
walk after
well,
9
they
months
get
of actually
put
not
in a
walking?
chair. It's like a big chair that ends up. It can lay flat. It shows them getting out of the little space capsule that landed in the water, and they put them in this with still all of their astronaut gear on, the helmet. and took them via I don't know what to then wherever they were going and then to Houston. But they wouldn't be able to walk right away. They did say that, like, but they do have to lift weights when they're up there.
It looked like they were walking with their hands up when they came off the thing. No.
No. Someone was helping them, or they were seating. Maybe they took like 2 steps off, but they, not that they have to learn to walk again, but your body handles gravity differently, and they were in 0 gravity for 9 months. So they did lift weights. They have to lift weights and things up there, but I don't know. They have to be checked out. So
Jesus.
in 45 days, we will know what it was like. I can't wait. And there's a team of scientists that were trapped. Everybody's trapped. A team of scientists trapped in at an isolated a team of scientists that were trapped in an isolated Antarctic base for 10 months. And one of the scientists attacked and threatened others while they were, this is just
makes you get a little nutty when you're stuck there.
And then one of them...
Thank God the people on the fucking... the astronauts didn't lose their fucking minds.
Well, they have to have psychological testing before they go.
Or maybe the people going to Antarctica should have psychological testing.
I mean, it was an isolated Antarctic. That's what it says. Antarctic. That's what I wrote. Antarctic. Base.
Let's say it again.
Where
was it?
They're there for 10 months, and somebody... obviously got a little weirded out and attacked one of the other scientists and threatened the other ones and claimed that there was physical and sexual abuse going on, or assault rather.
Wow.
So I don't really know. The JFK files were released after 60 years. The CIA's, all the files that were under lock and key and considered, top secret were released, and supposedly, all these people were combing through them yesterday and the day before. There's no new news, like nothing. They still say it was Lee Harvey Oswald that acted alone, and
we're never going to find out.
Right, but they thought by releasing...
There were like 6 million files.
They thought there were 8,000 pages of documents to go through.
That were, but wait, there are 2 different numbers here, and they weren't all released either. They only gave up most of them, but not all of them, from what Joe was reading to me last night.
Oh, I heard it was 8,000 pages of documents. Maybe that's how many there were. Maybe they only released.
It was like 6 million something.
Oh.
I don't know. We're never going to find out.
Right, but the point is
no one knows. And if they do know, we're never going to actually know.
What was read, there was no new earth-breaking news.
Right, so I don't know why the fuck it was released.
Just like the Epstein files, those top secret files that the government had were released, and there was no, earth-shattering news on his shenanigans. So, and then Amanda Knox, if you remember, was that American college student in Italy, who was, tried and then arrested and jailed for 4 years in Italy for supposedly the murder of her.
But then I thought she was found innocent and she didn't do it.
Yeah. So she was acquitted in 2011. And she's now
rearrested or something?
Well, that was a couple years ago. She had to go back over for another trial of it. But she is free. I read her first book that she wrote at least like 10 years ago. It was very fascinating. So she's 37 now, and she wrote a new book. It's out on March 25th. It's called Free, My Search for Meaning. And she just talks about how difficult it was to reintegrate into society and
I'm sure
family and all of that after that whole ordeal, not just being in prison, but the whole ordeal and everybody, in the world knowing her business because it's on the news. So her book comes out. That should be interesting. I want to see what they have to say about that. And then...
Well, also, speaking of college students, so that the girl I went to University of Pittsburgh or something, I don't know, a school in Pittsburgh, disappeared on spring break, which I think she drowned on
Dominican
spring break.
Republic. Yeah, the Dominican
She was with
Republic.
the guy. They were both intoxicated going down to the beach with other people. And then from what I read, he's from Virginia. She was from school. She was from India, but going to school in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I think she lived in Iowa.
I thought her parents were in India. I thought she was from India.
Okay, well.
I could be wrong. I don't fucking know. You can look it up. But apparently she drowned. So while I was at the gym yesterday and today, they were the thing up on the TV, but I was having trouble reading it from where I was
You need
at.
to put your glasses on.
Well, I know. I need to get my eyes checked. My right eye is a little bit blurry. So I was having a little bit of trouble reading it. Yeah, right. So, but I think, so what he said, they were out in the water fucking around, like not like sexually fucking around, it was like fucking around, I guess. And like she was having trouble like getting pulled out, and he brought her in once, and was
I did
having
hear
trouble.
that.
I think he passed out then on the lawn chair, like on the beach. You woke up with like the sun burning him and mosquitoes biting him and shit. So, or bugs biting him. I mean, I don't really have mosquitoes. Mosquitoes aren't really out
So
during the
they
day.
haven't found her body,
Well,
like
no, she washed out to sea, I think.
or her clothes.
Right, she went out into the ocean.
So I'm looking it up. So the American last to see missing Pitt student alive in Dominican
Is he in
Republic.
trouble? Well, he was detained.
He was detained, but he just landed yesterday
He's
in
back.
the United States. He's back.
And I heard like the parent, like his mom, the mom hugged him. The girl's mom hugged him and thanked him for saving her the first time around. So they must believe him.
They did declare her dead finally. I guess her parents wanted some sort of
Right.
ruling on it. I don't know where she's from.
Okay, so look, kids. If you're not responsible enough to go on spring break and drink your face off and go out into the water.
A spring break to Dominican Republic, Punta Cana.
Rule number 1, don't go off with a fucking stranger. Although this guy seems like a nice guy and hopefully he didn't actually do something to her.
They said he's been
like that girl in Aruba, Natalie Holloway.
Yeah, he's been agreeable and cooperating with the police and authorities.
Yeah, I don't think he did. I mean, it sounds like he was not responsible for her death.
Yeah, somebody said it could just be a really
Don't go off with
accident.
strangers. Do not get in the fucking water. Not a hot tub.
You don't even need to
not
be
a pool.
on
and
spring
sure as
break.
fuck, not the ocean.
Just don't do it while you're drunk. It's bad.
It's so dangerous. I mean, when we were in Mexico years ago, Joe was like saving me and my friend in the hot tub. We're like bouncing around, like, I mean, we're sitting in it, but we'd been drinking, and like I'm kind of like getting relaxed. Like I was, I'm buoyant anyway. I'm kind of like, he'd pull me back up, and then my friend she kind of go, and he'd pull her back up. He's like, we're getting out of the water. Like it's time to get out of the water. It's fucking dangerous,
especially if the water's warm.
Right? I mean, and then
relaxes you more.
Right? And that's a hot tub. Now imagine you have a fucking current pulling you out.
Yeah, not good.
Look.
And it's dark.
It is dark.
I have one other thing that I found very
news.
interesting. So Oreo, did you know Oreo, the cookie, the company has a secure concrete bunker in Norway.
Why?
Off of Norway a little bit.
I didn't realize they were made in Norway.
It's to preserve the cookie recipe in anticipation of a global crisis. I kid you not. This was on the news.
Oh my God.
So I don't know if Oreo is still owned by Nabisco. It might be, but it didn't say the company actually. It just said Oreo has secured a concrete bunker in Norway to preserve the cookie recipe in anticipation of the global crisis. And it's inspired by the renowned global seed vault. So I guess there's like a seed vault that keeps seeds for all the things in case.
Wow. Apocalypse?
Yeah. So
we might be getting close to it. I mean, the storms, the wind, the blizzards,
right.
The politics.
The Oreo.
The second coming is coming.
So what is being stored with the Oreo is some Oreo cookies, powdered milk, and the recipe, which is all of this. The Oreos and powdered milk, because I don't know why, and the recipe are all wrapped in Mylar, as in a Mylar balloon. It's all wrapped in Mylar. Yes, to protect it from extreme elements. Extreme.
Mylar, on the cop shows that I watch, when people are like in shock or
they
they're
make
cold,
balloons out
they
of Mylar.
give them like a Mylar, like little cape to put like a blanket, like a Mylar
I
blanket.
see that with the marathon runners.
Yeah.
I have one in my car, an emergency blanket.
So it's like metallic plastic that keeps you warm.
I guess,
like
but I don't
metallic
understand how
sheet.
that's going to keep it from extreme elements.
Fascinating. What did you
yeah.
read us on? Good Morning America?
Yeah. So here's the interesting thing.
That's where she gets her news. Good Morning
I
America.
like a good Oreo. I like a double stuffed.
I do like an Oreo.
And I gotta have milk.
Ever eat them around somebody because it's all through your teeth. Like that will stop me from eating one because you get black shit all through your teeth.
Yeah.
So I can't.
Have some.
Oh God. Why are you guys talking about Oreos? Christ! Now I want a fucking Oreo.
I don't know. And the Cadbury eggs are coming.
Oh my God. So and that's what I was gonna say earlier. And this is why I can't go to the grocery store. I was doing an Amazon return the other week, right? And we went to the Amazon Fresh store. The fucking aisles with Easter candy all over the place. I'm like, oh my God, with the Cadbury eggs. And right, so I stopped and looked at them and contemplated. I'm like, keep fucking moving. You need a fucking Cadbury egg. You can have one on Easter, and you don't need to be eating them from now until then. So keep moving. But
the Easter basket.
The Cadbury commercial that I love, that's been around for 30 years, with the animals trying out to be like the Easter rabbit. Like the lion has the ears on and it growls, whatever. And they added, I called you into the room, they added a new fucking animal to it. They have a fucking raccoon, I shit you not, at the end of the commercial, wearing the fucking Easter ear, the bunny ears. Look, I was very excited over this commercial. First of all, when it comes out, it's kind of like the Hershey Kisses little Jingle Bell one they do at Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas.
And all it is like a Hershey Kiss, like dancing. And if you don't know what Hershey Kiss is, it's like a little chocolate shaped, like triangular, round.
Looks like a big chocolate chip,
like a pyramid, whatever. And anyway, and it like plays like Jingle Bells or whatever. It has like musical notes or some shit coming up. Look, this to me, it's not Easter until the Cadbury goddamn thing. Cadbury, what is that? That's not made here. That's made.
Well, it might be made here.
Cadbury is. I thought it was made in England.
Our friends across the ocean need to tell us
because
Cadbury
Aunt Mary
was
used
an
to get
English.
it.
Yeah, Cadbury was an English.
That's why it's a superb
confectioner. A confectioner. And they still make Cadbury eggs and Cadbury milk chocolate. And there's a British tea shop here that I like to go to, and they sell British candy. And it says Cadbury on it, but I don't know if there's a Cadbury in the United States.
Well, when you're at CVS next, why don't you open up a bottle? I'm
gonna look.
Grab a bag of it. Open up a bottle. Because where my mind is.
Those eggs.
Grab a Christ, not a bottle. Grab a fucking bag and look at it.
Those bags are so. Those eggs are so. It's like liquid sugar in the middle.
I love them.
It looks like an
and
egg.
People
but
either
it's
love them
liquid
or hate them.
Oh my
like,
God.
Joe is not
It,
a fan.
hurts my
I love
teeth.
them.
Mom loves them.
But the little mini fucking candy coated solid chocolate ones.
Oh yeah, those are by Cadbury. They're like, oh my God, they're like
I cannot
pastel.
get them. Yes, yeah. I cannot. Even like the little bag. I mean, like the whole handful in my mouth at once, and I'm like, it's like fucking mouthful of like chocolate goodness.
They're better than M&Ms.
It's like an M&M, but like 1,000 times better.
Yeah,
if you've never had the candy coated Cadbury eggs,
here's the candy coated. I'm just going to show you, so you know the candy coated.
Oh my God, they're so good. Are those Robin's eggs?
No, it makes mini eggs.
Does it say where they come from?
I'm trying to find that out.
It's a fucking mini eggs. Sons of bitches in Easter not.
Easter's
a month away. It's a fucking month away.
Cadbury Cream Egg is a chocolate confection produced in the shape of an egg. It originated from the British chocolatier Fry's in 1963 before being renamed by Cadbury in 1971.
It's not Cadbury, it's Cadbury.
Cadbury. Hang on. So right now it sounds like the confectionery is produced by Cadbury in the United Kingdom, by the Hershey Company in the United States, and by Mondelez International in Canada.
So where the fuck is it made?
So the U.S. has their own, and it's made by Hershey. It's
in the United Kingdom or here?
Here. So it's produced by Cadbury in the United Kingdom.
Oh, I see.
Hershey Company here in the States, and by Mondelez.
I wasn't understanding. There's commas in there, so I wasn't understanding. I see.
Yeah, they're made.
So there are three different producers of the Cadbury egg.
Right, and Hershey, of course, got their hand in it.
I'm going to Hershey this weekend with my girlfriends.
Oh, well. And I think I remember on the back of it, it said that has like the Hershey logo on the back of the bags. Hershey owns so much. I don't even know. The Mars Company was the other competitor to
Did they buy out Mars?
I think they eventually did.
If you've never been
Mars
to Hershey,
had like Snickers and Milky Way.
I mean, you can smell it like when you're like driving around. Like you're like 1 minute it smells like farm and horse shit and cow shit.
It's in the middle of
nowhere.
farms,
and then the next minute it's like fucking like Reese's peanut butter cup.
Yeah.
And then next month they mix and it's not so pleasant. We're going to put you off the Reese's peanut butter
Hershey
cup.
Park is fun. When Dad was young, back in like the 50s and 60s.
Long time ago.
They went for a tour, and you could actually, this is obviously before the FDA got involved, they could take a tour of the actual factory where they were producing things.
Not the one that take a little ride through?
No.
My friend said I did that the other year just for fun.
No, that's open year round. The park is not, Hershey Park is not open year round, but the little car ride, which is probably like 10 minutes long, gives you the history of Hershey and everything. It's like it's on a thing.
I was just there to smell the smell and to watch the fake chocolate like poured out. I love it.
I always wanted it to be like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and it wasn't quite like that. No. But Dad said when they went for the real tour back in the day, I don't even think you had to wear hairnets then, and they're actually making the chocolate that's being packaged for you to eat.
Well, things have changed since the 1950s.
Yeah, but he said that was great. You'd see the people actually working on it. They weren't Oompa Loompas, he told me.
Clearly. Oh my God.
They're redoing Willy Wonka. We've already talked about that, but they're doing a third Willy Wonka movie.
One. Fascinating.
With Timothy Chalamet, or maybe it's out already. I don't know.
But
why do you need 3?
Like a long time ago.
Why do you need 3?
Joe and I watched it last year. Also, we've not watched any more of the Oscar movies. I'm put off by them. I can't. I'm gonna move along though. I want to move along for the things. I have my look. Oh look at my fun. I'm not really a white metallic
frosty.
kind of frosted. I'm not a frosted nail polish kind of girl. But these are fun, and I wanted to put them on for St. Patrick's Day, but I had to pry those purple fuckers off. Look. So I did that the other day and put these on, and then they matched my
shirt.
which I just fucking ruined by... I pulled it with this fucking bracelet.
didn't really
This is
ruin
my
it.
Etsy fucking bracelet. It just makes me hostile every time I wear it because I paid a lot of money for it, and it snags my clothes, and then fucking,
Varnish.
faux gold beads are all fucking I can't.
Well, don't wear it all the time.
It's like the third time I've worn it. The other 2 times were also on here. Anyway, okay. So they renamed it so that Jenna Bush Hager was on with Hoda Kotb and whatever show that was Jenna and Hoda or whatever.
The Today
whatever. Show. What I don't know if it was the Today Show. It was not the Today Show.
No, but it was the third hour of Today.
Right.
That's what they called it.
Well, it's no longer because Hoda retired, and now it's called Jenna and Friends.
Jenna and Friends.
So, and they do in the Real Simple magazine, which so they do the little advice column we were talking about last week because those beautiful Brooke Shields what it looked like. This one hits close to home, and we may have even discussed this before. So it's like Dear Abby, but it's like Dear Jenna. You're not even ready for this. Kim asks, when I walk our dog in the morning on trash day, I pass at least a dozen trash bins. Would it be wrong to dump the bagged dog poo in a stranger's bin rather than carry it home? I always bring it home as I don't want to upset anyone, but I often wonder about the proper protocol when the trash is getting picked up that day.
Proper protocol is take your shit home.
So here's what they say. The girl that's on here with Jenna for this is somebody else. Talia, an executive on the show. She says, fine, dump the poop, don't you think? Jenna says, we're all carrying too much crap already. If it's being picked up, I think that's fine. Just make sure it's tied properly. And of course, if someone sees you and asks you to stop, apologize profusely. But I really can't imagine anyone would have a problem with it. It's trash after all. Look here, fuckers. Look here.
But only that she needed to qualify
Well, she said that.
by saying if it's pickup day. Because some people, have their trash can close to the wherever they are because it's the way they're designed. It's close to the street.
Well, she said only if it's being picked up.
Yeah, but that leaves, to me, that says, oh, you have a trash can out there, it's got trash in it, so of course it's going to be picked up. I would clarify that with saying if it's being picked up that day, if it's trash day.
So, and those of you that have been watching or know me well, have heard this, because we had the poop dropper 3 houses up that would walk her gigantic Labrador Retriever dogs with giant poos and then drop giant bags of poo into our already emptied garbage can.
So that's sad.
Fuck you, lady. Fuck you. And your little dog too. So and then it would sit, the bags, the trash was already taken. She would drop, she lived 3 houses away. Take it the fuck home. Take it. Now, if the trash had not been picked up yet, fine. Drop it the fuck on top. Okay, fine. I'm really still not okay with it. You have the dog. You take the poo home with
Put
you
it
and drop it in
in your
your own
trash
garbage
can.
can. So if something goes awry, that's your problem to take care of.
Right.
Not the neighbors. But this bitch would drop it in there and then it would shellac to the bottom of our empty garbage can.
And in the heat of the summer.
And in the summer, and then Joe's out there trying to pry these plastic poo bags off. At one time, they were 5 or 6, shellac to the bottom of the bin. Look.
I would have dropped it all over her house.
So then we got, that was the first instance where we got the security camera. And here I am. I come home. We left. I come home. There was the bag of garbage. The garbage had been taken, and I look in, and there's an empty bag. I was only gone a half hour. So then here I am on the security camera. I'm going back. I'm watching the footage. Young girl walks by with her poodle, something, right? She passes the house and still has the bag of poo, so it's not her. Next person, neighbor, has poo, keeps going, no poo. We know who it is. Now we know who it is. Got out my nice stationery, wrote a little note. Dear neighbor, not sure you're aware, this is against code, and gave the code number for the township. And we took the note and the poo, and we set the note down with the bag of poo on it to hold it down on her doorstep, and it never happened again.
Well, yeah, she learned. I would be mortified. First of all, I wouldn't
it
that,
happened specifically to us, like every trash day. Which is twice a week.
It's because you're on the corner.
We're on the corner.
Rounds
but I
the
want
corner.
Again, she was on her way home, a few yards away.
I know,
not
even
just,
even 25 feet.
Right? It's more than 25 feet. For
Maybe
Christ's sake,
yards.
she's 3 houses down. But look,
25 yards.
I mean, on the same block. Like, come on now. I could probably throw a baseball at her house from here if I tried hard enough.
You could.
I can't even. It was so enraging. And had that been me, I mean, maybe she did it to lots of people, so she wasn't sure who. Because of course I didn't sign my name. I just was like, your
you
neighbor.
didn't?
Nah, but like your neighbor.
She knew who it was.
But it had to have been us because it literally happened to our garbage can all the time.
Did you ask
like
any of the
every
other
time?
neighbors?
What?
Did you ask any of the other neighbors if they got poo?
No, we don't talk to the neighbors. No, but it never happened again.
So you know it was you.
So
I mean, she knew
it was us, and she always did. And like, fuck you, lady. You take your own. You shellac your poo to your own trash can.
I would
How
have
about
like
that?
heated it up a little bit.
Okay,
Instead.
no. It was so. It's so. She's like, I didn't go shit on her doorstep my own self. How about that?
Oh my God.
Right, one of these fucking days, I'm just. When you see the news and you hear lady shits on neighbor's doorstep, you're gonna know it's me. You're gonna fucking know it's me. You don't even have to read any further or watch any further. You're gonna know it's me.
That'll be a good Dateline episode.
Right? Right? I wonder if I'll get paid for the interview. Wouldn't that be nice? Right?
Oh, please. Or a 2020 episode.
Now, Megan, please tell us what drove
What
you?
provoked you?
What provoked you to go and defecate on your neighbor's doorstep? Let me take off the fucking, all the things. I can't even. Oh my God.
We have a squirrel problem at my house. So we have the gray squirrels with the fluffy tail. What's that little song you like to sing?
I'm not saying it.
And then I need to look up some research on the red squirrels.
They're aggressive. They'll attack the other ones.
With the tufts on the ears. No. It was a spaz. It was running on my deck like this. Like it looked like it like ate something it shouldn't have.
Oh.
And then it hopped in my one
eat
box.
The hot birdseed?
No, I don't have that out. It hopped in one of my flower boxes on my deck. Came up, it was like all black and was literally like this. Like
this is what
it was
she
like
does
the
now.
Energizer
She's
Bunny.
the old squirrel lady who sits and watches her National Geographic backyard.
Yeah. Well, now we have the babies out all over, so I want to see if the hawks.
You
coming.
couldn't believe all the deer we saw last night. We saw a ton of deer last night.
On my street?
No.
Oh.
We took Sean for a ride, so like into the next county, and there was the
'cause
sunset. The
it's
sunset
baby
was
season.
amazing. It was like purple and pink, like a watercolor, like all over the sky. It was amazing. And then there was one. I couldn't get a picture because we're on the move, and every time we stopped, there's a car behind us. And
you did get a picture.
I got one, but it didn't even do it justice. Like it did not even do it. It was so beautiful. The picture didn't even do it justice. It was a nice picture, but it still didn't. And we're like on the move. Like I'm like out the window, like behind me, like with my fucking stiff neck.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah, I'm like, watch me drop the fucking phone out the window, and then we have a problem.
That's a concern of mine when I'm
farting
like farting
around. It was a
around.
concern of mine too.
So here, I'm going to show them the picture. Isn't that pretty?
Right? It was, and it doesn't even do it justice. It was so much prettier even than that.
You can see you're traveling, like the fence is blurry.
I even cut it because it was like way blurred. Like the grass in front of it was like way blurred.
Were there any horses out there?
No. It was near horse farms, but no.
Somebody has to answer this because I haven't had a chance to look it up. Thank God for Google. It's like having the Britannica encyclopedia at my fingertips all the time.
All the time.
And I have to carry that heavy lead book that we used to use to flatten the flowers. Remember we used to press the flowers? Oh my God.
Oh, that reminds me. My friend made me this beautiful thing with the dried flowers, but I'll have to show it off. It is amazing.
Well, where is
inside.
it? Okay, so
Next
now
week.
I forget what I was going to say.
Oh, dried flowers, Britannica, big book. Big book.
Someone has to answer this question for me. Oh, someone told me that a donkey is smarter than a horse.
And the wee donkey too.
Someone told me, I don't know if they're smarter at solving problems, they meant, like how to get out of a fenced in area. I don't know, but I need to look this up and somebody needs to clarify. If a donkey
Google it.
is smarter.
How smart is a fucking donkey?
Than a horse. I thought horses were pretty intelligent.
I'm not up on my animal intelligence.
And donkey, like, I didn't want to argue with this person, but, like, really, are donkeys that intelligent? Because they always say, like, you're a smacked ass. Or
you're a smart ass.
You're a donkey's ass.
But
like,
smart ass.
Yeah. And they call donkey an ass. So I don't know.
But is a wee donkey also an ass?
A wee donkey.
I can't.
No, wee donkeys are...
Cute little things. I want a wee donkey. I want the fucking wee donkey. Not the pony, the donkey. Anyway, okay, look. I can't with the fucking donkey. I think it's just a fun word to say. Donkey.
It is fun. It's better than mule. What's the other?
There's a difference between a mule and a donkey, I think.
What is the difference?
I don't fucking know. I don't know.
What's the difference?
I don't know.
Oh, this is it. Not only do they call it an ass, it's a jackass. The word was escaping me. Why do they call a donkey a jackass?
Maybe specifically it's a male. I don't know. We
I'm
gotta
gonna have
sit
to
on the
look this
donkeys.
up.
What's sitting here with donkeys?
Donkey.
I can't. Give me strength.
And are there only wee
Vera
donkeys?
says that a lot.
Are there,
Give me strength.
are there only wee donkeys in Ireland?
I think you have a wee donkey anywhere.
Isn't it a British show that you're watching?
Well, first of all, that guy who said that was Irish.
Yeah, the wee
Although-
donkeys in Ireland.
In England, a cop in England, but was Irish, and that's when he said Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, and the wee donkey too. And I can't. That's all. And now even Sean goes around saying, and the wee donkey too.
Just the wee donkey. And the wee donkey.
And the wee donkey,
I can only
too.
imagine what he says at school.
Right? They're like, what the fuck does that mean? The fuck does wee donkey mean?
The teacher took them out the other day because it was so nice. Yesterday they went to a park. They got in a car, got in the school van and went to a park to run around. But the other day he took them out and made them run 2 laps.
Fantastic. That's great. That's great.
on the track.
As they should.
Yeah.
So speaking of walking, so on this exercise, okay, so I decided because I can't possibly eat any fucking healthier than I already do.
Stop drinking the beer.
So, I like to have the drink, so I'm gonna have to offset it with exercise.
Stop drinking the beer.
I like mentally, like I'm still in my mind, like because of years of not really being able to move because of my back. I mean, I want to move well. I able to walk. So now I'm like, I have to exercise. Like I have to exercise. When I exercise, I need to be moving more. I need to be moving more. I want to have like diabetic or some shit. Like I need to be fucking moving because if you're sedentary, it can lead to diabetes.
Right.
That's what I read. Right. And all my hobbies are very much sedentary hobbies. I like to do puzzles. I like to cross stitch. I like to read. I like to sit and drink coffee. I like to chat on the phone.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Most hobbies you're sitting because you're assembling things.
Well, no, because like people like to like fucking go hiking for a hobby. Look, I can barely walk across the yard without killing myself.
To me, that's an
I
activity.
have a flat purpose, right? So here I am, like Monday morning. Oh, first I was on the phone. Also, I'm on the phone a lot. So I realized like I could be doing some. I can't multitask. So like I can fold the laundry, but other than that, like I can't be doing something else while I'm on the phone because I have to give full concentration. Also, I feel like I owe it to the person I'm talking to give them my full attention. So, but I thought I could be walking. So I ordered the little, it's called a walking pad. So it's like, it's a Wii treadmill. It's like a small version of a treadmill. This one has a walking and running pad though, in case I ever, can get a run in.
How long is it?
I forget. I mean, whatever. I watched videos. I had good reviews, blah, blah, blah.
Is it electric?
Of course it's electric. What the fuck? I'm not going to have a manual fucking...
You can.
I'm not going to have a manual treadmill.
I have to use the treadmill at the gym manually. He makes me get on it and I have to move it manually.
But not to walk on. You do that for a leg exercise, not for like just walking. I need to be walking
that way.
I plug it the fuck in when I come, I want to walk on it. So now when I'm on the phone, I can fucking walk on it. So I ordered that, and then Monday was beautiful. So I said to Joe, I'm like, let's go to the park. So basically, like in Germany, so I was all last year, like after my surgery, which is a year ago this weekend. So, walking with the cane all summer, all fall, still, and then just like winter came, and like I see my trainer, but I'm not like out walking because whatever. I mean, I walk a few blocks here and there, like when I go places, but not like out for a walk, right? So I'm like, fuck it, let's go for a walk. It's beautiful. So we go to the park and we're hoofing it, right? I got this. Let's go. When I made like a half a mile, I think we were closer to like 3/4 of the mile in. I'm like, oh fuck. And now I got to get back to the car now. Like, uh-oh. And my hips were like, like my hips, if you're just listening and not watching, it's like double middle finger. I mean, my hips were like, go fuck yourself. And PT Joe wasn't going to be able to see me this week. And like later that day, he must have like known. And like later that day, he's like, hey, I have some time freed up. If you can do it, on Wednesday at this time. And I was like, oh my God, yes. I'm like, I just fucking walked like a mile or more on my hips. And I gave the middle finger thing.
Emoji?
Oh my God, right to the emoji, yeah. So that was Monday, right? Tuesday I have my trainer. And then Wednesday, I go with Joe to the gym, right? And I walk, I have a weird gait because of my hips being fucked up, from my back being fucked up. So if I hold on to the treadmill, which of course is not ideal, then I can have good posture and walk evenly.
I know a lot of people.
Which is good for right? But you're not actually supposed to. You're supposed to like have your core and your body hold yourself up. You're not supposed to hold on to it, according to my trainer. Don't hold on to it. Well, look. So if I let go, then I'm like trying to like walk on this fucking thing, like fucking like Quasimodo, like trying to haul myself across the fucking right. It's awful. It's so bad, and I'm like all like gimpy and shit. So then I'm like holding on, whatever. Right? It's so bad. So And there were all these treadmills fucking wide open.
Listen to this.
And this fucking guy gets right on the one next to Joe, and I'm like, take my bag and put something over there. I can't
Reserve
But
it.
again, like why?
There's a whole row in front of you.
A
open.
whole row. There were like 15 in front of us, and there's one girl at the one end. All of them. I mean,
Yeah, so there are more in your row that are empty too.
No, the whole row in front of us was completely empty.
Right, but I mean in your row.
I don't know. I wasn't looking past that. I'm just like, why right next to us? Anyway.
You want to be close.
So then I go see PT Joe yesterday, right? And he's like, so where are we? I'm like, oh my God, like, so I buy a treadmill and I exercise every day this week. And like, he's like, you walked a mile. So we're like going over all of this, right? And he's like, so let me get this straight. You go from no walking to then you walk with a cane, and then fuck the cane. I toss this aside. I'm not gonna walk for a few months at all, and I'm just gonna walk a mile. Oh, and because I tried to jog, I told him I tried to jog, and he's like, and then you try to run. FYI, I can't. I could physically, I'm able to, because my body was like, run, you feel good, go. And my knees were like, fuck yourself, you're not fucking running at all. And by run, I mean like a slow jog. But my knees were like, you can't do it. I feel like injections or something. My knees are the next thing I'm gonna worry about. Anyway,
oh my God.
So then like my neck's all fucked up, right? So he's like, so out of everything, like my neck, let's focus on my neck. Like let's just focus on my neck and my shoulder, because.
But I thought you went walking, so the lower half hurt. Why are they working on your neck?
Because my neck and it goes down into my shoulder. Well, so it was exacerbated. Really, it started when I fell down that blow up slide thing that Sean had over the summer. That's when it started. Now it kind of reoccurs, but it's been bad lately. Like it's super tight. He watches me move. I can't tell. So I go both sides. I put my arms out. I do these different turns, and he's like, oh. He's like, which side's worse? I'm like, they're kind of the same. That's kind of what it looks like. So he needles it, and then does some other shit, and I have to work on like, what's it called? The 3-month posture, where you lay down and you just bring up. In yoga, it's like the snake or some shit. Like you like lay down, you flat on your stomach, and then lift your body up, right? And look, you try not doing that for years and years and years and years and years, and try doing it. It sucks. I hate doing it.
Have you tried doing it?
Yeah, I'm supposed to be doing it daily. Since my surgery, I've been supposed to be doing it daily. And then sometimes I just lay down and I have to lay there. It's like, I can't get the fuck back up. Or I have to like hang half off the bed, which also is not, otherwise, I mean, because look, I get stiff. So he's like, whoa. I'm like, I know, it's like all or nothing. Like I'm either going to exercise or I'm not. So then, and I forgot to ask him.
Like baby steps.
Well, I wanted to get on the rowing machine yesterday. I'm like, I haven't rowed in years, and I used to love it. I'm like, I don't know.
Easy.
Well, I wasn't sure, because what happened was also with my trainer the other day, I was doing a shoulder press, and then my neck, it hurt it more. So I asked him yesterday while I was there, PT Joe, I was like, so this whatever, like, is this pain? Is this from my back being so fucked for all these years? Or is it from falling down the goddamn slide thing? And he goes, I'm going to say it's a lot of both.
It was the water bounce house for those of you who missed
it.
It
was a giant castle
with a big slide.
It was like
with
bigger than
water
taller
slide.
than a fucking house. I thought I could climb it and go down it, but I climbed it and fell down it, and bounced my head and neck off the fucking bottom. Anyway. And then we discussed the fact that I said I've come to the decision that I probably could not ride a mechanical bull, at least not anytime soon. So my new thing, maybe with my 50th birthday, I'll wait a couple of years. He's like, just go pet it. Yeah.
There was like a big bolt of lightning and Shazam that came up above your head when you realized that.
I still might, but I'm thinking that like I shouldn't.
You might not want to do that when you're down south and you're a little ways from home.
A little ways from me, I have to get back on the plane. So anyway, so it's a week of exercise. So today was day 4, and so last night I forgot to ask about the rowing when I was there. So I texted him last night. I'm like, I forgot to ask when I saw you rowing, like yay or nay, because I didn't want to exacerbate what's happening with my neck going down into my shoulder. And what's happening back-wise is that because the bottom of my back doesn't move because of titanium. And then from years of like being like bent forward because of my back, it's like, because I was like doing like the 3-month posture. I'm like, it hurts like right here. And I pointed, and he's like, you couldn't have nailed it if you tried any better. That's exactly where I'm about to put a needle. Because it's like the middle of my back, and it's like stiff and tight, and it's just from like being rounded and the bottom not moving. And then it goes like up my back into my neck and my shoulders. So look, you get a fucking needle in your neck. Christ, with these needles. Anyway.
It just sounds painful.
And like now I have exercises to do too.
Yeah, you need to do them because they help you stretch so that things aren't.
I mean, he gave me, because I'm like, there has to be something else besides laying on my stomach and doing this 3-month thing.
What else did he tell you to do?
So he gave me a band, and I have to lean up against the door and then take the band.
Yeah.
Because he's like, I have a band, but mine's way too. There's no way my arms are gonna get all the way like back against it. Yeah.
Mike told me to do that. He told me to tell Dad to do that when Dad was having his back problems too. You have to put your back up against the wall.
Yeah.
Stretch it.
Yeah, and then he's like, but my posture. So he's like, don't bend the right knee, because I automatically bend my right knee because just from the way I've stood. Look, I was like, wait, there's a lot of fucking steps here to follow. Like, oh my god, with like right.
Did he
knee
write
up
them
straight.
down for you?
No, that one I remember. Usually he sends me a text message with like a video.
Oh, that's
well. And the 3-month posture. So I'm supposed to lay down, put my hands out, and make like a triangle with my fingers in front of me, fingers splayed, and then and then lean up. And just hold it, and then go back down and then lean up, and then the added one, once I've mastered that, is to bring up one knee, like you're laying flat, bring up a
like
knee and look towards it, and then bring up a knee.
It's like the spider.
Look, Joe and I tried yoga this week. Let's move more. YouTube, lots of free yoga out there for beginners, right? A little 15-minute one after dinner.
Did you
the other
find
night.
was it really beginners?
That's what it said. As Joe said, those moves escalated quickly. So yeah, I circle my mat a few times, right, like a dog, trying to figure out what the fuck, like literally, like I just circle it, and just I do it. I did it yesterday too before I got up on the table at PT Joe's. I like circled the bench for a minute. Like, it's not like the easiest way, the best way to like assess like which side I'm.
Does he have like a little step stool?
Yes, but it's socks on too, so it's slippery. So I'm like for dear life holding on. So Joe and I get the mats out, right? But the TVs were like, I had to like look this way to try to do the yoga, like with the TV's over here. So that's not ideal either. So I'm gonna have to like bring the laptop down and like put it on the coffee table so we can like face forward to it, right? So, okay, some simple stretches, blah, 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 blah. And then she's like, okay, get on your knees. I'm like, oh, fucking my knees, I mean, my knees are in a bad way. My knees have been in the bad way, and they're,
Did you use that?
I use that, doesn't even matter. I might as well just been on the hardwood floor, right? So, and it turned into all of a sudden, right, like a mountain climber. So like I went from one stretch, like my right knee is like up in front of me, like my foot, like my leg is here, and my left leg I'm supposed to stretch it back, and my left hamstring, because of my posture issues, my left hamstring is like this, all the time. So it will, like, I have to ease into like little movements, and immediately a fucking Charlie horse. So I'm trying to like do this, like, drop to the mat, like fuck my leg, and Joe's like keep going, I'm like, you just keep going, I'm fine. He's like, are you okay? I'm like, motherfucking no, I can't, like, I'm done. And he's like, this escalated quickly. I'm like, I know, right? What kind of fucking beginner's yoga is this?
That doesn't sound like beginner's yoga.
So then we found a nice chair yoga for seniors. It's fine. It's great. Could do that all day long. Great. Lift your arms.
Is there any stretching involved? Because you're not getting much from this. Okay.
Yeah, there was stretching involved. Right?
Yeah, I think you need to start with that.
And so I was telling PT Joe about the yoga, and he was dying. He was like, so, there's like really good seniors yoga out there on chairs. I'm like, that's exactly what we did. That's exactly what we did. A little chair yoga for seniors, for beginner seniors, right? And watch this little lady. She's moving better than me. I thought, okay, lady, all right.
They have the chair for balance.
We brought the chairs. We just sat on the chairs. So I either need to stand or sit on my ass. But the stuff where I'm getting on my knees, that's a no-go. Like, that's no-go.
No knees.
And today I was happy. So when I texted him last night to say, hey, what about the rowing machine? Is that going to fuck up my neck and back? And he's like, try it. If your knees will allow. I'm like, fuck, I didn't even think of my knees. Like, I wasn't thinking of my knees. I was thinking like the rowing movement. Is this going to like that hurt? Oh, God. Was that going to hurt it? So today I went and hopped on it, right? That seat slides when you go sit down. I forgot how much it slides.
I mean, it like really slides.
Like took off. So I'm like, here's me like trying to like hold on to it and it's low to the fucking ground. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, I wanted to like circle the machine a few times too to like figure out what to do, but I'm like, there's a lady on the treadmill behind me who's like, what the fuck is wrong with this woman? So I did not circle the treadmill or the rowing machine. So I just stood there for a minute and like, I'm like, okay, I can do this. So like, straddled it and then like lowered myself onto the seat with tried to slide. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Well, that's kind of how you have to do it. I straddle it.
Yeah, but the seat moved very quickly. Like, I mean, like it moves quicker.
That's so it has a nice glide.
Right, but it moves quicker than I move. So I'm like getting on it was like that was the task, and then I was fine. Like then I felt great.
It shouldn't hurt your knees.
No, my knees were fine actually. I mean, he had told me just watch, don't add resistance at first. Just do it as is and, watch the time. So I did it for 15 minutes and felt great, except for the tops of my quads and my hip flexors.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's what, I wasn't anticipating my hip flexors to fucking hurt, but look, they fucking hurt. Yeah. They're a mess. So,
because you're doing a lot of bending. Like, there's a lot of creasing at
it was
hips.
great, though. It's a great workout.
Yeah, I like rowing.
Yes. And here we are now with my
on a row machine, not on the water.
No, it's a whole other skill set that I don't fucking possess. So anyway, we're an hour 50 minutes. Okay, we gotta go. Christ, it just goes so fast, right?
Yes.
Time flies when we're chit chat. So happy spring. This is an exciting first day of spring. Thank you for joining us. I know, I was gonna tell you wear something springy. I mean, springy.
I'm in my preppy era.
This pull on my shirt just chaps my ass.
Yeah, it's gonna make. Maybe mom can fix it. I know.
She showed me how, but look, it's coming to her. Anyway, thanks so much for joining in, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks. Have a great week.